Welcome back to my garage. I've got good news. Well, at least most of you will consider it good news. We're not gonna dive into a turbojet compound supercharging that stuff yet. And the reason I posted that previous video was a big part of that was to get your eyes on it, because I know how I am, and I think I'm getting to know myself better and better. And what I definitely know is how I can't trust myself when it comes to stuff like this, when inspiration kicks in, because that's what has been causing us so much troubles and so many years of no progress at all. So you got to remember, it's like a drug to me. Like, I can't, when like an idea pops up in my head, I'm almost like there's this euphoria. So thanks to you guys, to all the comments, all the criticism, and well, there's also like encouraging comments, and I appreciate those too, because I think it's an interesting idea, but I think it's not, like, we need to start at our previous good save point. And our previous or last good save point is the brute force engine with the first revision with the reed valves and the really high transfers, so like variable transfer timing, and a disc valve, and the roots blower, which we have to do some investigation into again, because it's a slight binding in it. And I remember what was going on. I remember why I went away from the roots blower. It's really inefficient, but a huge problem with this roots blower, at least, is if there's a backfire, there's a high possibility for the lobes to get knocked out of alignment, and then it starts rubbing. And that's also a reason why we should go back to that design, because it could be that, because I had lots of backfires, and could be it wasn't running properly, or like it could have run much better if the supercharger wasn't rubbing as much, because it was knocked out of alignment. So our issues was reed cages breaking. So the reed pedals actually held up fine until the reed cage got smacked in from probably from backfire, and then everything went downhill. So, and also fiber reeds did not, like, worked a little while, but then got soft by the methanol and softened by the methanol. So we need steel reeds, and we need sturdy reed cages. And we need to have a look into how, I know this is really like problematic to get right. I think I remember it being, because there's helical gears pressed onto the shafts, and I couldn't find any markings of where they were supposed to sit. I'm gonna have a look again. Let's just go back to the previous time things were working properly, and then go from there. Also, the reason for going to drum valves was there was so much friction from that rotary exhaust valve, the disc valve, and so that's something we have to look into. We could try a drum valve. First, let's get back to previous good save point. I pressed this gear halfway off and then pressed it back together again. and it seems to be running really smoothly now. Probably not when I install the bearings on the other side and stuff, but it's worth a shot. Maybe this wasn't properly seated, and maybe I actually got it properly aligned last time. Let's see, there's no markings or anything on this nor the shaft. So stupid design, unless there's something I'm missing. So miraculously it is spinning freely now. So we'll just call it good and move on. I've taken everything apart and everything seems to be fine. The bearings, the crank, everything. So the only problem we had with the crank was the loose in one of the case halves. We're going to use some retaining compound and eliminate that loose fit. I think I've got probably all the pieces needed to get this running again. And we're gonna, like I said, back to the previous good save point, which was with this cylinder, the reed valves, everything. There's lots of dark stuff in the crankcase, which signs of combustion, probably from failed reeds, because the reed valves, no, the transfer ports are almost as high as the exhaust port here, so relies heavily on the reeds performing as they should. I decided to make this just a short video and post this now, and the proper video will be Friday. I have a trip to Stockholm in that video where we're gonna check some stuff I've done and also check some other stuff which will be really interesting and beneficial in the future, and pick up some stuff that also will be beneficial. I just want to say thank you again for all the feedback, and I can clearly see it's not easy to see the problem from inside the problem, or being the problem, but I can actually clearly see where things go wrong, but it's easy to forget about, or forget to stop and think about it. And also there's my goal with this channel is to be able to do this stuff, because I really enjoy doing all this stuff. But I realized during the years that probably another goal is also to inspire people to do stuff, make stuff, and not be afraid to fail and stuff like that. Like, be an inspiration for people to also build stuff and experiment with stuff. And that's why it's probably important to take a step back and calm my brain a little bit once in a while, because I don't feel like I can be much of an inspiration if everything I do is just crazy stuff. I pretty much I prove that you shouldn't do stuff and experiment, because you will just fail and everything will be chaos and and all that stuff. But yeah, so we took a step back thanks to you, and now we're gonna start experimenting again, but at a known good starting point, with some small fixes. Like, we probably should go for steel reed valves versus fiber, because we know fiber will hold up a little while and then soften and lose their springiness in the methanol. I wonder what the methanol guys, like those the Banshee guys, what they run. They run reed valve engines, I think. But maybe they don't notice the reeds going soft, because it's not that crucial in their application. Okay, no more room for rambling in this video. Thanks for watching, and thank you again for the feedback and for keeping me on a straighter path than I normally would be on. Thank you. I'll see you next time.